So I welcome you on this journey with me to discover and understand your why. I welcome you to create your purpose. What's up, Cody Create Your Purpose? I'm here with Neil Morton, PtboCanada. This is episode 3 of the Create Your Purpose show. Just extremely excited to have Neil Morton here on the show today. He's going to talk to us a little bit today just about what it means to be an entrepreneur going into 2017, how he finds balance in his life with being an entrepreneur and running his own business.
Ain't easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the third thing that we're going to talk about today is just this concept of how he runs his business and the future for PtboCanada.
Sure. I run a media site called PtboCanada.com, and it's been doing it for 6 years. Been doing it full time for 2 years, and it's this whole idea of social sharing of content and great ideas. And we try and really empower people through entertainment, humor, sharing stories about people and businesses, and it's really caught on. It's my passion, man. It's my life. It's everything. Like, it's the best gig I've ever had. So
you started that about 6 years ago?
Yeah, I started in Toronto. I lived in Toronto, and for 20 years I worked in media in Toronto. And my wife and I decided to move back to Peterborough. Beforehand, I started this Twitter account called PtboCanada to learn about this whole community that I'd been removed from for 20 years, and it caught on before I even moved back to Peterborough.
Yeah.
So I moved back, kept doing my job in Toronto for a couple of years, but we started a website, extended version of the Twitter account called PtboCanada.com, and it started to really catch on too. And then we did a Facebook page, and then a couple of years later we started an Instagram page. And social media, the whole age is just blowing up, right? Of social media around the world. It's really caught on in Peterborough as well. So we're kind of at the right time, right moment. I was ready to be an entrepreneur, a late bloomer, if you will, with that.
Yeah.
But it just, all the stars kind of aligned for me to be doing this.
What do you think it means to be an entrepreneur going into 2017? Like, what does that look like? You know, in comparison to, like, you talked about, you kind of stumbled into being an entrepreneur about 6 years ago. Like, what do you think it looks like going into 2017?
For me, for Peterborough as a whole, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going through a tremendous renaissance right now here. The city is, it's being transformed through entrepreneurship and startups and things like the innovation cluster, what they're doing, Startup Peterborough and Peterborough Economic Development and the Peterborough Chamber. They're all helping to sort of seed all these wonderful little startup companies that are in businesses and mom and pop operations, and we're all working together right now to actually build all these businesses up. And it's really exciting for me to be a startup still with PtboCanada.com and to help I love mentoring other entrepreneurs. So 2017 is looking unbelievably exciting, and it's going to keep building to something special. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, like, when it comes to just being a startup, like, is there any specific advice you might have to people who are watching the show today? Like,
Yeah.
they say, I want to start a business, or I just really want to be an entrepreneur. Like, what advice would you give them, like, specifically when they're starting out?
Yeah, I think the main thing is you really can't do it for the money. Like, you have to. It has to be your passion.
Yeah.
You have to find something you love. Realistically, in the back of your mind, it has to be able to make money, but you can't do it for the money, because I think fundamentally it won't work. It won't work for you because you're doing it for ulterior motives. Like, I knew with PtboCanada could make money, but my passion was media and social media and creating content and sharing content. So really, fundamentally, it's passion. It's then hard work, working your butt off to realize your dream, and never giving up, because there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be obstacles. It's a roller coaster, man. It has been for us, and you just never know what's going to happen in any given day. But it's passion, work ethic, it's networking with people around the community, getting out there and telling them about what you're doing. So those are 3 intangibles that I highly recommend.
So when you started PtboCanada 6 years ago, like, what did an average day look like for you when you woke up? Like, somebody might be sitting there today and just thinking that, I want to do this, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know the work I have to put in. Like, what did it look like, when you first started?
Yeah,
what you were doing?
It's a real rough framework, but on any given day, it's creating stories, it's meeting with clients, it's building a team of people and freelancers around you and networking properly.
Why are you here?
Yeah, it's building the right people for your brand. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen on any given. Every day is different, but fundamentally, it's getting out there and meeting with people, and meeting with clients.
When you came to specifically, Peterborough, what is the first thing that you did? What is it like? What was the first step you took?
Moving back to Peterborough, business-wise, I mean, we were still really in our infancy. I wasn't doing it full-time. I was just getting acclimatized, moving back to a new community and learning about my own community. And I was still in Toronto then, so I was kind of like, where am I? I'm in Toronto, I'm in Peterborough, getting my family, just getting used to being back in the city I've been removed from for 20 years. And then building your business, it really is just, it's slow, it's meeting people, networking, getting used to a new vibe in a smaller city than it is in a big city, and it's just being adaptable really. It's this willingness to want to innovate and try new things, adapt, try to push yourself as best you can.
So like, what would you say was the biggest difference between like living in Toronto and trying to be maybe an entrepreneur in Toronto and trying to be an entrepreneur in a smaller city like Peterborough?
I think fundamentally it's easier in a small town because you get to know people a lot more quickly. In Toronto, I dabbled with it. I generally worked always for big publishing companies there, so I had some startups on the side that I did. Over the years, I ran a site called myvideogames.com on the side, which was like a Rolling Stone for video games. I ran something called theposterlist.com, which was selling posters and t-shirts around the world. And
so you've always kind of been a salesperson.
You got it. It's funny, I didn't know it, but I had that in my DNA. All these years I would dabble on the side with those two startups, which ended up doing pretty well. My video games, the bubble crashed in 2001, the tech bubble burst, but we went down to New York, we almost got bought. I almost at one point was possibly going to move to New York. Theposterlist.com, the guy I did it with, Adam, he's now living in Los Angeles doing it full time. So I've dabbled in it over the years, but being back in Peterborough, this moment for me was the time at age, I guess 40 when I started to do it. And I think it's easier in a small town just to get out there and meet people more quickly.
How important do you think it is to be a salesperson and being an entrepreneur? How do you think that like kind of like correlates? Do you think it correlates at all?
Not a lot, to be honest. I think for me, if you're going to be a salesperson, you have to be what I call an ethical salesperson. So I tell my salespeople, like, go out to a client and tell them what we can do for you, only if you think we can help you. But don't do things just for the money and hitting quotas and stuff like that. Do it for the right reasons that you're going to help other brands build. So salespeople is fundamentally based on personality. If you have a great personality, Cody, so you don't have to be a salesperson. You are a good salesperson actually, but for me it's the intangibles of having to be charismatic, articulate, and passionate.
Absolutely. So where do you think empathy comes into that? Like, empathy plays into that. You talk about like it's not when you have maybe somebody in your sales team like approach like a business or approach a company and say like we can help you. Would you say it's less about that specific person, that salesperson, and more about that person that you're reaching out to?
Yeah, I think it's the one-on-one dialogue. It's understanding that person, their needs, because a lot of businesses you're dealing with, it's like one person owns the company sometimes, they're calling the shots, so it's understanding their needs, it's being empathetic to their story and how they want it told. It's kind of psychology 101. It's just understanding the person and not doing things for the wrong reasons. If you do things for the right reasons when you're building a business and you're an entrepreneur, you're going to succeed. If you do things for the wrong reasons and you know deep down this doesn't feel right and I'm being kind of sleazy, it's not going to work. It's going to come to an end.
So eventually, okay, that's totally fair. Now, when you're coming back to PtboCanada, the early stages, like how many hours a day did you put in to work, a day? What did your when
I was doing it part-time, not as much, but I was finding as much time as I could and balancing family and life. Now it's all-consuming, but it's good. It's a good all-consuming, and I still manage to balance my time with my family and my work because I have flexible hours being an entrepreneur, right? I can go to my daughter's basketball game or go see them in rock choir or do this and do that and then make up the difference at night. So it's a wonderful thing, but I work my butt off, but I love it. I love it. Wouldn't change it for the world.
Now, how do you find that balance? Between trying to grow a business and having a family and having a loving family.
Mm-hmm.
I met everyone in your family so far. How do you find balance in that in regards to when the early stages of PtboCanada, where you're probably putting in a lot more hours in. I don't know, specifically, you might be putting in a ton of hours now. I don't know.
I still am. Being mindful of not missing moments in your family's life, and sometimes you have to be called on it. Like my wife has to remind me sometimes, okay, Neil, stop. or my kids, Daddy, put the phone away. But it's just being really mindful and cognizant of living in the moment as best you can, and the work can wait a bit. Go back to the work later. You'll make up the difference. So it took me a while because when you're building a business, you kind of have this desperation, right? Like you got to make it work.
It's like, I want this now.
You want it now, and you want to succeed now. But it's a slow burn sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's a marathon, not a race. So you just find a way to balance your time overall. But I have to stay always constantly absolutely mindful of that, my time with my family and my friends. And
so do you find the people around you help you with that, or is that something that you're you were self-aware about?
Yeah.
When you pick up your phone now,
I get help with it, but
Yeah.
I'm very self-aware, and you have to be as an entrepreneur with how you have to look in the mirror and say, am I burning myself out? Am I doing things for the right reasons? Am I taking on too many meetings, too many clients? You have to scale your business properly.
Yeah.
I have a great team of freelancers that, I wanna build with great people around me. So I don't have to always do everything on my own now. I have people to help me do it, and that's huge. This connection with other people when you build a business, it's incredibly valuable. So you don't forget that when you're building your own business as well. Once you monetize enough, bring in other people to help you, and then they become a part of what you're doing too, and get excited about it.
Well, Neil, I want to thank you for just being on the show and spending time with our audience. I think how I want to end this episode, episode number 3 of the Create Purpose Show, is just with you telling the audience your why behind why you decided to become an entrepreneur.
I just kind of stumbled into it. I have to be honest, but the timing, if you know instinctually the timing's right, and you wake up one day and you have this what I call radical clarity. I'm like, oh, this is my calling, sort of. This is what I was meant to do at this stage in my life. And then when you discover that, it's the passion. It's making your dreams come true and doing whatever it takes to make that happen. And for me, that's what I'm living in this moment. And it's I found my purpose. So I love it. Wouldn't change it for the world.